So today I want to discuss with you guys and give you a review on my Momcozy S9 Pro wearable pump and go over all of the accessories I used while pumping. This was the first pump I used with my first pregnancy. I got it for free with my insurance, and I'll probably get another one just the same for free if I can for my second pregnancy. I absolutely loved it. So we're going to talk about the breast pumps themselves. Like I said, I got them free with insurance, and the reason I chose the wearable ones is because I wanted to be able to move around, do dishes, do laundry, play with my daughter while she was doing tummy time or just playing on the floor with her, and not be worried about carrying around the big bulky machines and have tubes that were attached and they can get tangled in things. And I was like, that's just not going to work for me. So I chose the wearables, and I'm telling you, for my first breast pump experience, I absolutely loved them. I love Momcozy. They were comfortable. Did have to play around with the settings a little bit to find what would work for me, but once I found the numbers that worked, it was absolutely a dream. When you first turn them on, it's going to do the sensation one to kind of get your breast ready for the production of the milk, and I always did that at a 2, and then you could switch over, which was more like a suction of when your baby is breastfeeding, and I always did a 3. Now you can mess with it and figure out which one's going to work for you, but those two settings were perfect for me. I was able to remove all the milk, feel good afterwards, and it was nice. The other thing that I like about this is that it's easy to take apart. To take this apart, it's easy to take all the pieces apart and clean them individually. That was not a big deal either. And they were rechargeable. So I could get 5 pumps out of each one, and then I would just charge it. It would take about 2 hours to fully charge, and then I was ready to go, which was perfect because I was pumping every 4 hours. So I was able to get a full day of pumping in, and at nighttime I would just charge them for the next morning. Now, when I traveled, I didn't want them to spill if I used them afterwards. So I got these, actually came with it, so you could put them on when you traveled. And I had just my cute little bag that I was able to put them in, store them in, and not worry about. It was absolutely amazing. And then, of course, over time, you're going to have to change the parts of your pump, so you're going to have to change everything. They last about like 2 to 4 months, depending on how often you are actually using them, will be how often you need to buy new ones. Because I was exclusively pumping, and I was pumping multiple times a day, I changed mine, I think it was like every 2 months, when I could tell that it wasn't fitting in there right or the suction wasn't right. So then I just would go on, and through your insurance, you can actually get parts. You would have to look it up. I think it's every 6 weeks or more you could get free parts. But because I was pumping so much, I actually went on Amazon and found parts for cheaper that I was just able to grab. So I grabbed, more flanges. I grabbed the actual end parts of the pump, these little guys and these guys, because these two would definitely go out faster because I was pumping so much exclusively that I just had to change them more. So just to have like a stock of everything for me worked very, very well. And then when I would get clogged and I would need to do cold or warm, I had these guys. So you would just put them in the microwave or put them in the freezer, and you were able to just wrap them around, get them right where you need it in that spot, and it absolutely helped. Especially, I would do them right before I would pump to help stimulate the breast and also help get the milk flowing and get the milk ready. I would put it in the microwave, put it on, then pump. Now, if you're going to exclusively pump, your nipples are going to crack. Sometimes they're going to bleed. And I found that these two products worked perfectly well for me. I loved the Earth Mom organic nipple butter, and I also found this one as well. That is another nipple butter that was safe for you. Both of these are safe for you to use, and your baby can latch on and it still be on, and it's perfectly safe. So these two I would kind of go back and forth on with using them because they definitely helped heal and helped like with the cracking. Like every time I would get done pumping, I would put this on so it would help smooth everything out. help with my nipples not cracking, and definitely loved these. The next thing I used pretty much after every time I pumped, because sometimes you're going to leak, sometimes you're not, are just these throwaway pads that you would put on after you're done pumping. I would put it on. If I would leak, then it would be there to catch it. It was just something to pretty much clean yourself up. They have like ones that you could do washable, but I found that the softness of them didn't last very long after so many washes, so I just did the throwaway ones. I would put one on. When I was done and I knew I was okay, I would just take it off and throw it away. So I would just get a big pack of them and have them with me, and they worked perfectly fine. The last thing I'm just going to share with you is the bags that I put my milk in. I actually got these with my pump. You actually get like, I think 300 for free. And then because I absolutely love these, I had to I think go on my one app that I cannot think of right now and specifically buy these. You can get different bags for however you want to store them. They have different products for the bags. I just absolutely loved these. So these were my go-to. They are Spurly bags, and I just kept ordering them once I knew I was out. And again, it's all up to you on what you think, but really, overall, I would give the Momcozy pumps 10 out of 10. I absolutely love them as wearable pumps. There are so many different pumps out there to choose from, so figure out what's going to work for you and kind of go from there. But for me, I love Momcozy. If I can't get this one again through insurance, but they have another one, I'm absolutely going to do that, because to have two different pumps to use and not have to worry if one runs out or one's dead is going to be heaven sent, because I don't know how many times I was like, oh my gosh, I did not charge these, and then I had to charge them and wait a couple 30 minutes to an hour to pump, and then I was freaking out. That was a whole different thing, but I love them. So if I can get the same pumps, I will. If I can't, then I will just get whatever the next Momcozy one is and use these side by side. But 10 out of 10, definitely recommend wearable pumps. Momcozy is amazing, and I absolutely love them. So I really hope this can help you decide if you want a wearable pump or one that is attached to a machine. It is all about preference and what works for you. I absolutely love Momcozy, would recommend it to anybody out there. Like I said, there are so many different pumps. Try different things out, see what works for you. But for me, Momcozy is definitely the one I love and would buy again.